We got 2 people, we're good, yeah.
I know, we can, yeah. Because there's not a ton, but
We're live, or we're recording, we're not live.
excellent. Okay, cool. Oh, we're not live, we're just
I
recording.
think we're just recording.
Okay, either way is fine with us, but it is 12:30. And we'll just keep an eye out for her, but for sake of time, if we want to call it, hold on one second, let me see if I can join here. Do I need to like officially call us to order? Sorry, okay, we can just
No, it's
do
not
our
a
thing.
yeah,
I know,
it's not gonna be
like,
voting
I'm
or anything.
thrown off. Yeah, we're
It's
just
just if
gonna
more than one person meets, then it has to be a
Yeah.
official meeting.
Yeah,
No.
and we're glad you're here. So Chris is our, now will you be representing, or will you just kind of see someone from the office? Like
It'll be
whoever is
me.
available
It'll be
to you?
Chris for a while
Okay,
with me, and then I'll gradually take over.
so
that
you'll
role.
be our
I'll be your new
advisor.
Kyle.
Great, that's great. Well, that's good. We're glad to have you. Now, you've been here though, right?
Yeah, I've been here about a year and a half.
Okay.
I was in Jonesboro before I moved here.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, great. Well, we're glad to have you. You'll get to meet the whole crew next time. So, all right. So we do have yoga on June 24th at 9 a.m., just so you know. That's our
Okay.
next event. It's going to be downtown at MLK Square. We've created the event and posted it, and then I saw that Shani did go in and share the yogi information.
Yes.
So we're good on that. And then so for June, I don't know if you looked at the rest of those and what your thoughts are about some of the topics. Just, there's not a ton to do for yoga, but I thought since it is June, we have Juneteenth, there will be Juneteenth events down at MLK Square the weekend before. And I looked up, there's some Black history information about yoga.
Okay. And that's what all the little clips
One
are.
is a really long video. I don't think that's appropriate. I thought it was good at first. I was like, wow, that's a lot of information and no one's going to sit there for 30 minutes. But there was a cool little article about Rosa Parks and how much she did yoga and why it's kind of unknown. And I think especially since there's so much emphasis on mental health and physical health, especially African Americans and people of color, you know, and we're in the historically Black part of downtown. I think it's appropriate. Ryan, would that, you feel like that would be something okay to share, be appropriate to do?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So I would like to do that one.
Okay.
And then, sorry, let me just check and see if that's her. And then, of course, I'd like to feature the park because the whole intent, so Ryan, where's my phone? Oh, like I can hear it.
Somewhere.
Sorry, that's my fun. Okay, sorry, get that off. I'd like to share the information about MLK Square
Okay.
because it's such a great park, that low impact development, like the purpose of the trees. There's really good materials out there. I attached one of those, but there's articles, videos, like whatever. So if we could do a highlight about parks,
Yep.
that park specifically would also be really good. So I don't know if you tell me what's too much or not. I don't know what your workload is like, so I can take the load off of anything
I got
that you don't want to do.
3-day weekend, so I'm all right right now.
Well, yeah, but you got a 3-day weekend and a family. so let me know. But so that one is done. I skipped right over. There is a really neat piece too. It's in this yoga journal, and it talks about taking your practice outside and exercising underneath the trees. I think it's more like exercise with the trees, but there's some cool pieces in there that we might could do a graphic and a little bit of information, or share this link about why it's important.
Okay.
I'm really attaching those, not that we want to just use those sources, but just to share some ideas of like, why does the tree board do yoga in the summer? Like, why is that important? Right. So I'm trying to just tie in the health benefit, you know, same thing, community benefits, health benefits, the benefits of our parks and the trees. So those are kind of why all these topics are there, but I'm open to anything else that you might think would be appropriate, especially from promotion of like Parks and Rec side, if there's anything else you'd like to put in there too.
I think your deal with the park would be good. I'm trying to kind of write down when we would post everything.
Yeah, so if you just want to pick out some day, because we've got it through the 24th, and I know what is today, the 16th.
Yeah, so it's next week.
Yeah, so we've got, 1, 2, we'll mark out the history of the blacks because that's really long. MLK Square, so 1, 2, 3. And then just a reminder for the events. The AUFC/trees, there's 5 benefits of community trees, so it kind of hits on health and shade and all of that kind of stuff too. Is that too much to do in 8 days?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. Do you need me to take on and do any of that?
I'll look at it all, but I mean,
Okay.
ideally we could do the AUFC one on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
You do the Rosa Parks one on Monday,
Okay.
and then maybe do your MLK one on either Tuesday or Wednesday. And then just sprinkle in your so if like Tuesday we do a reminder, and then Thursday we do a reminder.
So tomorrow's the 17th, do the 19th, do Rosa Parks.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me one more time, I'm sorry.
So Saturday would be that AUFC one. We do that one tomorrow.
17th, 19th.
And then the Rosa Parks one we do on the 19th.
Mm-hmm.
The MLK one, we could probably do that one on a Wednesday.
Okay.
And then we'll do a reminder for sure on Tuesday and a reminder for sure on Thursday. And that'll be your bring the friend message.
Okay.
And all that is just simply just resharing the event.
Resharing it. Mm-hmm. And I saw Denise shared, which is good. And then I don't know, have we shared anything with Bobby for this event?
Yeah, so whenever I made the event, let me get on our deal. Whenever I made the event, the Parks Department and the city, I believe, are considered hosts.
Oh,
That way
okay.
we can share it.
Okay. Awesome.
That's what he had me do the last time.
Okay, I was wondering how, I'm like, do I email the link? I'm not great at, so you just made him a host?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, let's see here. I think I just did it, just Bobby.
So Thursday on the 20th.
Yeah, so right here it'll show that Conway Tree Board and then City of or Conway, Arkansas City of Colleges.
Okay.
So he should be able to just pull that up pretty easily.
And then I will reach out again, Downtown Dollet. Ken's been great to post that for us, and Log Cabin Democrat's been doing a little press release for us too. So I'll go ahead and do those. I'll post it in my UCA net because I'm there. And I've got a few little flyers posted. So we were going to do the yards. We know we don't do snipe signs and yard signs anymore. We don't. We're off that wagon. We no longer do that. But I was going to do a banner, but we've spent a lot of marketing money already. I'm going through now and prorating all of our costs to get our projects and expenses. We voted on a budget. Now I'm just going out allocated how everything's been spent to clean it up for you guys. But I don't want to spend any more money. I mean, we've got it, but now I'm
And that's what I would do that for. I would do that for
stuff.
next year then.
Yeah.
Have a banner that just says you're around the
And
trees.
that's what I think I would like.
Especially if we do the 2 big winged ones.
Yep.
And that way we can use those every time we do those
Yep.
events.
That's what I was saying, if we could do that, and if, I don't know if it's even a thing, if we could make some kind of banner that just has the graphic, but then with like a white blank box that we could either just get printouts of a date and location or Sharpie. I don't know if that's a thing on a banner. But so we have a template, we're buying one banner and then we can use it for all the different locations. We just maybe print a layover or that's not the right, a sticker to go over the top of it.
Like on the day of the event?
Or just because how we're in different places, so I don't want to have to keep buying. It's wasteful and it's money. But if we could just get, instead of making one for every specific event, if we could just design a good banner with like a space underneath where we could get an overlay of just like a sticker or do some kind of writing or something just about
Probably Velcro.
move it from place to place to place. I know you can buy just the overlay stickers. But that's what I said, maybe we'll just do a white text, just like a white plain box or something. Anyway, we can talk about that for next year because we're on the last event. However,
Gotcha.
I think instead of just buying over and over, we'll do a template of something and then keep it personal.
So this moves around to different parts.
So we've done, this is our 3rd year to do the yoga under the trees. The first 2 years, we only did it on Earth Day. Like that was just a soft
Did
event.
you do it at
Laurel.
Okay.
And people loved it.
Yeah,
And so this year we thought, wow, that's a great way to kind of get out in front of the community. So, and to get them to interact in different parks. So the first one we did in Laurel, then we went to Cadron Settlement, which was phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
I can just say that is a great venue to get up and do some, although we're kind of leaning, you have to have good balance. But but there, and so then we wanted to bring it down to MLK. So we thought somewhere right in the city proper, something
That'd be
remind
good
them.
too.
Yeah.
Location.
So we just want to kind of move it around. And we also did different yogis. You know, it's not about the person, or it's about reaching different areas of the city. And we do just like a quick little spiel of our mission, what we're doing, and share our information and some freebies and do our thing. But yeah, so this is the first year we've done it 3 times in the summer, and it's had a really good response. So
It's a good idea.
yeah, it's fun. So we'll look next year at getting some more permanent kind of marketing for it, because this seems to be popular. People like it. All right. Well, good. Well, that'll get us through there. And then the day of, so I was going to be there, but I now have to take my mom out of town. So Amy and Shani will both be at yoga.
Okay.
And Amy doesn't yoga. She's there to just kind of help start it off.
Okay.
And get it set up, and then she's going to take some photos for us. So we'll leave it to her and Shani to do some social media for us that day, and a thank you to everyone, if that's okay. We're going to go ahead and assign it to them. They'll be there. Okay. I did reach out to Krista. I know she's super busy, but she may have some webinars through the extension office. You know, they do really good webinars. So if there's something relevant to us, then she shares that too. So there may be something. I did ask her about that today.
Okay.
But we'll see if she has anything to offer for that.
And if I come across anything that I see, I'll send it your way.
And I was going to ask, so if there's anything that of course, y'all have a great communications department, but if there's anything y'all would like for us to kind of speak to or talk about, of course, we can do that as well. If there's something
we go through training and we'd see different stuff come up. So
yeah,
there might be something else.
So if there's anything, especially during the summer, you know, it's good to have some other topics to talk about too. But yeah, just shoot them our way, or let Bobby, we'll tag if Bobby put something out as well. So the other piece you'll see right under June. So I don't know if you've seen the infographic on the research that they did at the Forest Center for us. And so we talked about that at the board meeting on how to share that information. And Chris suggested I just send it on to Bobby. So I did that yesterday. Can't remember if I copied
you. Do.
Or okay. I'm like, I either
I saw
copied not enough for every single person. So anyway, so he's going to look at that and start getting that posted for us. So that'll be good information that'll come out, and then we could pick some topics off of that as well.
Okay.
Okay. So that'll be June.
Cool.
And then, so I am out of town at the end of the next week, and then I'll be gone through July 6th. So I didn't know about looking at July in general, or the first few weeks of July, if we can get some things lined up for that, since we're not going to have a meeting. I did look up a couple of things. So July 10th through 16th is National Forest Week, and I attached the link for that. It's through the National Forest Foundation. So that would be a good time to do some awareness about forest, and we could either, it's about national forest. So we could highlight some of the national forest. I mean, Hot Springs is close to us. We do have some national parks we could talk about, or we can just share that information and encourage people to snap pics while they're out. I think this is a campaign about just awareness. It's encouraging people to go out and take pictures of their visits or whatever. So that's what that link is about. But I just wanted to highlight that there is kind of a holiday in July for forests, so we can tie that in.
That's cool.
However we'd like. July, it's going to be hot. So talking about the importance of shade trees. And then also the heat island, you know, it's like cooler, 20 degrees cooler in the city, can be up to 20 degrees cooler in a city where you have trees, as opposed to, 2 blocks away from you with not, which I'd love to get a cool study going on that. Anyway, so that would be something that we could talk about, just kind of a reprieve for summer. Could even talk about splash pads and the trees in Laurel Park. So it could be something just to tie in
with everything here.
Yeah. And let me know about any of these if there's something you want me to do, or if you want me to provide you the information or just some topics to run with or something that you may like more than other. These were just ideas. Also, the water and the maintenance of trees. I know last year, the end of June, that's when it hit triple digits for multiple days. And we saw there were concerns from people about the stress of the bark on the trees or water maintenance. And oftentimes, we really do focus on trees a lot in the spring and the winter, but a lot of what happens with the trees too is they're growing quickly during the summer, and then the photosynthesis change depends on heat and shedding of leaves. So there's lots of cool topics we could talk about, but I think maintenance and care of your trees through the heat of summer.
Yeah.
Is that appropriate? I mean, I know we're public trees, but it's like
No, I think that's
still
fine.
giving tips and care and stuff like
Yeah.
that to residents is something, okay, we'd like to continue to do.
I feel like the shade trees we can even do, because I mean, we'll have like that planting we do in the fall, and it's usually the best time to do fall.
Mhm.
And so we can find out like what just natural trees would be best for shade trees.
Yes. And we could even refer back to, because, we gave away all of our trees in the spring were shade trees. So that's the intent of,
Doing that
we
again.
could we could even just tie it into, how are your shade trees doing?
Yeah.
Their benefits, well, of course, they're tiny now, but they're gonna one day. Just a couple of ideas, on that. July 28th is World Nature Conservation Day, so that's all about biodiversity. That'd probably be something, you can do that, Shani, that's kind of probably right up her alley too, with a lot of the other work that she does too, so she might want to contribute to something like that. But I did also attach a link about information about World Nature Conservation Day.
Okay.
So there are a few there for the month of July. Do you feel like too much, too little?
No, man, you can stretch that out. That should be just fine.
Okay. And the only dates that are out to the side are because those are the specific days in a week, and everything else is just whenever you want to do it.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay. Okay. Well, what do you want to talk about? I feel like I'm very direct. I am pretty directive this year
That works for
with
me.
some topics
That's
and
easy.
stuff, but
That's easy for me.
are
I
you?
just come in and do whatever I'm told.
I know, secret to a long, happy life. But yeah, is there anything with Parks and Rec that you think we need to share in terms of like
Not until we probably figure out where we're going to plant.
trees? Okay.
And then we're good there. That, or if we ever want to go back to McGee and do like a update on those.
Which I did drive by there because I felt bad after the meeting going, I've not been out there in a while. So I did slowly drive by there today, and I see lots of green, which makes me happy because the last time they looked a little worse for the wear.
Yeah, if we have pictures of when y'all first planted it, and then we can do like a before and
revisit.
after, and then kind of do that.
We could go out and do some maintenance to it and talk about what we're addressing. So if there's damage or if something needed pruning, we could kind of share that for folks who've just gotten some new trees and may need some information
sure.
about that. So, okay.
And then once we do the planning,
Yeah.
you can even have someone like Krista or someone like that do like when we're out there doing the planning, do like a little small instructional video on how to actually plant them. We did the handouts this past year.
Yep.
And we gave them out, and then this way you have like a little video that you could do like a little Instagram short or whatever.
Yes. Okay. So July, we'll revisit McGee. Do not see our signs out there anymore, though. They keep getting blown over, and might need to make sure that I don't need to go grab those from somewhere. All right, so July there, and then, yes. And I did put August through November ideas, but that we can talk about those later. But I did wanted to put out there just some of the ideas that will be coming up because we'll have several events. Of course, the plantings. I only mentioned that because you're talking about plantings.
Yeah.
The plantings, Arbor Day. We'll have some activities around that too, but we can do some good planning at our July meeting. Let's see. So we could revisit that. There's also, is it Conway Station or College Station Park? Wow. I can't commit it to
Conway
memory.
Station is what it's
Conway
called.
Station.
College, City of Colleges Park.
City of
And then you have
Colleges Park.
Conway Station.
Yeah, I
Park.
muck it up every time. So Conway Station, I think we need to take a look there as well. We could look at those trees.
The ones
also.
around the
The pond.
yeah.
Some of what we may even need to look at removing. There's a couple that really maybe done for. And Fifth, we just need to go on Fifth Avenue. So that would be something. Of course, we won't address them or probably do a ton of maintenance or anything till fall, but we could go out and do some assessments and see what all we need. Talk about those. All right. So revisit McGee. Okay. All right. What else you got?
I still don't know when we'll do the pavers, but I mean, that'll be
Yeah.
hopefully this year.
But we do have people who call or email and will ask about pavers. I don't know if you know about those.
I know a little bit.
It was just kind of they've not been installed yet. We're waiting in Laurel Park until Conway Corp goes through and does their digital. And then Spencer and them have been great. They're actually at the physical plant. They're holding about 200.
Oh, wow.
Close to bricks for it. Well, some are blanks to make a big spot, so we'll have them to replace. We're going to guarantee that spot. But there are sponsorships available if people wanted to have a brick engraved to put down to put money towards tree groves. We do that now instead of what they did years ago was, buy a tree, a 1-for-1 tree, and we saw that didn't go for a really long time. So we replanted. We have pavers, but the reason I mention is 2 people. I've got 2 bricks in the back of my car right now, actually. So they're still interested occasionally. So I will still, send the
Probably get
little.
with Bobby and see if he can make an official post on our behalf as far as if, just do a limited amount of them. That way he's not getting just absolutely bombarded with them.
Yeah.
Or if I'm assuming the tree board has like an email address associated with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then that way that can get bombarded.
It goes to us.
And then that way you can do so many a year, especially if we haven't even put them in the ground yet.
Yeah.
That gives us time on the back end to go ahead and get those ready.
Yeah. And that, because, we do have 80 more we could sell just for that one spot. But the thought was as we put tree groves in different parks and they grow, then we could move,
Yeah, the park over by Chick-fil-A that they're still working on, that'll be done pretty soon. You could probably use some trees.
We tried to get in there on the front end. That was not, but it's a great space. There's plenty of opportunity out there all around to go. Yeah. But
because right now I don't think we have anything that says we even sell those.
No, it's a fly. Like we kind of put it when we table, and this is part of the newness is like, how do we go about asking for money? We're a city board, kind of the parameters on what's the best way to do it, and so we've sponsorships for that, check and cash. So we had some details to figure out. We promoted it at last Arbor Day. And last year we got some traction on it, but you're right, we need to kind of probably revisit the verbiage on it.
Yeah, we can get Bobby to as far as posting it.
Yeah.
And then we probably just need to double check with Felicia or somebody, maybe
how to
or
do.
Chris, on how, number one, they could purchase those, and then number 2, how we could ensure the money would go to the tree board and not just into the general fund.
Right.
Because that's where it'll get a little trickier.
Yes. And there is a document in the Google Drive, the sponsorship forms in there, and it has sponsors from 2,000 all the way down to $50 or a friend of the tree board or whatever. So should we send that?
Yeah,
We've done that previously. We'll probably just resend it to you guys to do that.
I'm sure we've got a folder on the drive that has all the previous stuff.
Do you want me to share our Google Drive with you? Would you have a need to?
If you want to.
I think I've just been piecemealing out the docs that are in it, but I should probably just make sure the whole thing is shared.
It'd probably be
with you
easier
guys.
just to.
Yeah. Well, and then that way y'all can access anything to
I
you.
don't know, maybe Google Drive's going to be pretty full.
And it's pretty well organized. The meeting that we had with Felicia, there'll be a few things that will change just to make sure we're pretty consistent from what, how she operates. I want to do the same thing, but it's pretty organized. There's some information in there. So I'll share that sponsorship form with you and you can start looking at it. And
That's fine.
And then maybe that would be something that we can discuss at the July meeting and then maybe present it in August to the board.
You mean in the August meeting? Oh, no,
Well, we will have a
Do the
July.
committee meeting.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
because there wasn't a great day. I knew we needed to talk marketing, but then I've got 2 dates. So on the 27th, there was a good majority of folks who could make it, but then it looks like maybe July 13th or 18th, we'll be able to get the other folks who couldn't make it. So we're maybe all on the same page by August. Will be the goal. We'll have some planning and things to bring to the table.
That's cool.
Okay, so we'll plan, all right.
Yeah, that way we can go ahead and get some of that work done on the back end.
And then
As
we
far
can
as
kind of
making
vote
sure
and
that
stuff.
we're in line with everything the city wants to do as far as that goes.
Yeah. Okay, and that'll be something we can do towards Arbor Day. Okay. Anything else you think we need to discuss while we're here? Because I don't want to take y'all's time more than we need, but I want to make sure we're covering.
Now, the main thing was just getting through June for sure.
Yeah.
And then that first week of July.
Mm-hmm.
And then, does Shani still have all the stuff for the Meet the Tree Board stuff? Is that what you mean by Meet the
Well,
Team?
I was going to talk to her because I know only like 3 people had sent in their information, and it's been a really long time. We were just doing an introduction, meet the board. Like, who did it for the arts board? Do you know? Did Bobby do that, or did they do that themselves?
Find out.
I'm asking you other departments. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
He's going to be the committee guy.
Yeah, but we just thought, since we had so many new board members, it'd be nice to introduce and put a face to everyone.
I'm sure Bobby
Anything-
would help out with that at least.
Oh, yeah.
But
Give him a break between roundabout pictures.
so, yeah.
But if anything, you could probably grab that off the dock and then just send that over to everybody
To-
again. And just be like, hey, just a reminder, guys, if we can get this done
Yep.
when you get some spare time.
So I was gonna talk to Shani, and I will, because I don't know who she has. I can email her about that because we already had the discussion. Correct? Okay. All right. I'll do that. But y'all may get lots of awkward communication from us until
No,
we
I
get it
understand.
done. Okay.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing, just to put on the radar, because I've not gotten a response back. So with the Tree City USA, which I brought to Kurt Jones, we have our new Tree City signs. So he's got 2 to put out, and we've got the stickers to put on them. But then you also can get a growth award for continuing to do things.
Mhm.
And that's through the Arbor Day Foundation. I know we got a growth award this year. So I asked Krista, the last time I'd asked, we didn't have the details on all of it. I mean, she did because she submitted it, but now that it's back, as soon as we get those details, that would be something we could speak to also.
As
So,
far as that Tree City stuff, I remember Chris was saying there's so many things that you're like required to do to get it.
mhm.
Are we in line with that, or?
I know there's one, probably when there was something about an ordinance or something specific of tree, or a specific designation of who cares for trees. There was a question about that. But no, we're still in good standing and we should still be good, but there was something that changed on their requirements, and I'll ask her.
Because I mean, it'd be but physical plant and parks, just depending on the location.
So I think it's just the way that maybe it's written when we first applied or something like that, but she was gonna work on that for us, so I will follow.
But that way, because the way she made it sound was like there's a point system and you just have to get so many
Yep.
points.
Yeah.
So that way, if we need to do some stuff to make sure we're still in line with that.
We are so far so good. And so we did meet all of that for 2022, and we went above and beyond. So you get this other like growth award. So we were recognized for that. I think this is the 3rd time we've been recognized for that. So we'll definitely talk about that. But just so you know, I emailed her to get information so we can pass it on.
No, and I don't know if it matters, but we have an ordinance now where every new house that's constructed has to have a tree.
I know, we were real pleased to see that come through last year. Yeah, that was really good. Yes, so
In some of
that's
those
definitely
areas.
helpful. Something about designation, I can't remember, but
I knew it was something like that.
Yeah.
It was something that she brought up that was so early on.
Yes. So, okay, so June is good to go. Do you need me to pick up any of those dates?
No, because I'll probably go ahead and just make all those throughout
Okay.
this weekend when I just have some free time.
Okay. And if
And
you
then
do have an
just
app,
plan
or like,
everything.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you're good.
But if you use Buffer, or if there's something that you use that helps manage your time better, so we're not posting on Instagram and Facebook. I guess I only have 2. It's not a big deal.
And I just use the meta deal and just
Okay.
post on the same thing.
Okay, cool. Okay. The only other thing, we normally, well, in years past, we've done quarterly newsletters that we send out to everyone. Actually, I will just do that. I'm going to try to get a quarter or a biannual like newsletter wrap up of what we've done in the first half of the year and send that out to everyone. I'll do that. Or I may do the information and send it to you or Shannon and go, make this pretty. And then we'll send it out, just like a little one pager would be good. Okay. And I'm gonna quit adding stuff. But newsletter, growth award, yes. And then I told Kurt whenever the street signs go out, we maybe could just take a quick picture of it. And
Yeah.
post it. Just so.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think for July, I'll look more into that National Forest Week. That'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The benefit for the shade trees, I think that'll be that'll be good. It'll be a little ironic whenever we're just like, hey, it's really hot outside. Aren't you glad you don't have trees in your yard? You should get trees.
Look, it's so funny because it's like anywhere you look, people, that's where they go. Like no one is standing out in the open. They're like gravitating, but it's like, but then, not everyone wants a tree. Until it's hot. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it happens, people are busy and they require maintenance and can cause issues, and education will help with that, hopefully. But, okay.
But yeah, like I said, I'll work on just making these little quick graphics and then go ahead and just schedule those out to where we can just sit and forget as far as the actual work part of it goes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Perfect.
And then just Tuesday and Thursday, like I said, we'll do those. And we'll do one that morning on Friday.
Okay. And then you're going to do, the bring a friend, you'll do that one on the 23rd.
I'll probably mention that both on Tuesday and Thursday, the bring a friend thing.
Okay.
But then that Friday morning, we'll just remind everybody.
Okay. All right. Good deal.
No, that'd be easy.
Excellent. I'm going to go put a few of these little flyers. I'll see if like Blue Barn Bakery and some of those places right around downtown will put these little flyers up for us.
Is that Cat Cafe still up?
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
That's not shut. I don't know. Did they shut down?
Something happened, but then I think they opened back up. I don't know.
I hit them up. They were real nice whenever we went in there. We had a big old cat tree that we sold to them.
Nice. I've not been in there, but I am a cat fan.
Well, they definitely will smell like cats when you go
cats
into the room.
and coffee. Yeah, I'm not so much a fan of that.
The coffee it's all sectioned off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, when you go in there,
Cats.
it's definitely cats.
That sounds wonderful.
I think the biggest downside is they just have like a little section where they have like all their litter boxes.
Yeah.
But still in like a big room like this. So after a while, in the gross way, you get used to it. But when you first walk in, it's a very heavy cat smell.
I don't have them. Yeah.
Well,
we do have. We adopted a stray outside. Look down our whole street. So sorry if we're contributing to the cause of something bad. They're spayed and neutered though, but.
Cats gotta eat. I mean, it's already alive.
I'm like, eat all those little white-footed mouse we got running around down here. It'd be great.
I got 2, and that's probably all I ever want.
Yeah.
Once they're done, I don't know if I'm gonna get more.
I love cats. Just
They said outside cats.
I got one that's becoming one. He acts like a dog. He'll go up to the door and like stretch and scratch at it and just meow, just and I'm like, all right, you go outside, and then you come back in like 2 hours. He'll just be sitting like on a bench or something, and he'll just slowly walk in. Go ask for food, go take a nap, and you see him crawling at the door again.
That's the best kind. Not low maintenance.
Oh, yeah. We use the litter box that has like the little pellets. Those are worse than Legos. They just kick those things everywhere. And like with a little baby in the house, you gotta watch out, man, because he'll just be like, put this in my mouth. Don't do that.
The corn husk stuff's pretty good. Have you tried that? The natural stuff. It doesn't smell as bad. It smells like a barn. We have deviated from our mission.
It's fine. I think hopefully it'll be edited.
Yeah.
It can be in there.
Like cat litter recommendations. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go down. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time.
If you have anything,
Appreciate it.
email me.
Yep.
Will do.
Never call me. Call me if you want. I prefer that you email me.
No, doesn't everyone? Look, I think we're all like, my phone's ringing. No one warned me I was getting a call.
That's
Or
why
it calls nonstop.
the text message has been the greatest.
Yeah.
We started doing that when we were trying to find coaches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because at least you'll answer a text message.
Yeah.
So I'll at least get a no from you.
Right.
But if like we call, sometimes it turns into like,
It's like,
well,
well, let me think
the
about it.
wife signed up and then we got to talk to the husband or vice versa. And then it's
Right.
like, I just need to know.
You was efficient. I
But
mean, like
we just send a
30
text and then like 3 hours later you'll get one and you're just like, oh, cool. All right, scratch their name off. Keep going.
Look, Kai's starting a business and he wanted to text people. And I said, well, you don't conduct business through text. He's like, the city did.
It's kind of weird.
I was like,
that-
but they're an established business, and you know
There's
that.
some
Like, we
things
were-
that you can do. Like we still will send out like official notices
No, I
like
know,
through
yeah.
an email.
I was just like,
But no, because I ask my wife that all the time. I'm like, is this appropriate or not? And then we have to
I
think like
know.
most of the
I
people that
know.
have kids right now are going to be our age,
Mhm.
and it's just like, well, I'm not answering my phone. So I'll answer a text message.
so we compromised. I said, you may text them to talk about when it's, text
Hey,
to find
you
out
have a
when
good
you want
time?
to talk and set up. That's good. It is tricky waters.
Okay,
Anyway, all right.
cool.
Thanks.
Yep,
Appreciate
Robert.
y'all.
Awesome.